A very good morning, my dear students. I hope that you are all very safe and fine. Today we are going to study about the 7th chapter. The chapter name is Indian Economy. Already we have started the 7th lesson. So we are in the middle of the lesson. So far we have completed up to 6 lessons only with the diagram table questions. So as I told you before, in the last class, up to 6 lessons you have the table and diagram questions. From 7th lesson up to 12th lesson, you will be having only the theories. Only the theories will be there. So don't worry about hereafter drawing the diagrams, understanding the concepts, where x-axis, where y-axis, where the table. So hereafter, the theory questions only will be started. Today we are going to study about the Indian economy. So in the Indian economy, Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, he says that India will be the global player in the digital economy. Main understanding about this lesson, to understand the current status about our Indian economy in terms of futures and the natural resources and infrastructures in our country. And the second one, to understand the contributions of the major Indian economic thinkers. Today we are going to study about the major economic thinkers giving the ideas to develop our Indian economy. So far we have completed the half of the lesson. We study about the GDP, gross domestic product, and the meaning of growth and development we studied in the last class, and the features and development of the economy. Our Indian economy is a mixed economy, I told. So the economy, there will be 3 economy in the world. First one, capitalist economy. Second one, socialist economy. Third one, mixed economy. So our Indian economy is a mixed economy. So before I am going to say about the mixed economy, what is the meaning of capitalist economy? What is the meaning of socialist economy? Capitalist economy means there will be only profit motive. The capitalist economy, only there will be a profit motive, but there will be more competitions, there will be more income, there will be competition between the sellers and buyers. So many employment opportunities available will be there in the country. So whatever in the economy, in the capitalist economy, there will be only a profit motive. And the socialist economy means it is only welfare motive. So it is run by the government. In the capitalist economy, the monopoly power is there. In the socialist economy, only the welfare motive. In the welfare motive, the economy is controlled or ruled by the government. And the mixed economy means capital economy and social economy. So that's why we say that our economy is a mixed economy. So we have to be proud about that our economy is a mixed economy. Why I am saying that? There should be a capitalist economy, there should be a socialist economy. Both is needed to develop for any countries in the economy in the world. Because profit motive also we need the competitions, as well as we need also like a socialist economy as a welfare motive. So we need both. Per a coin, there is a head and tail. Only if there is a head and tail in the coin, we can say the value of the money, which money is consists, which value. So likewise, the socialist economy and the capitalist economy is like a coin. So that's why our Indian economy is an mixed economy. I told you that The Indian economy has an agricultural place and so many development process, fast growing economy, an emerging market and emerging economy. So far we have discussed so many things. Today, my dear students, we are going to study about the Indian economy. In the last class we have studied the natural resources. So there is then land resources, forest resources, iron, coal, bauxite, mica. So likewise, so many resources, natural resources are available in our Indian economy, in India. So there is an renewable resources, there will be a non-renewable resources, and we study about the education system in India, because the education only determine how far the economy is in the which process is a development or a growth. So about the educations we have studied, and today we are going to study about the contribution of Indian economic thinkers. So there are, I have written the blackboard, there are the 7 economists, they have given the ideas for the development. So the Thiruvalluvar, first one I have written the blackboard, the Thiruvalluvar has given the idea in the long time. So he has given the idea that the economics idea of Thiruvalluvar are found in his immortal work, Thirukural, a book of ethics, even though scholars differ widely over the estimation of period of Thiruvalluvar. So a large part of Valluvar's economics idea are found in second part of Thirukural, that is Porutpal. It deals with wealth. Already I told you the wealth of nation. The Adam Smith, the father of economics, he has written about the wealth. See, the wealth, it is in the Thirukural, especially in the Porutpal by the Thiruvalluvar. It means that in Thiruvalluvar, in the period of Thiruvalluvar, he has given the ideas for the economic developments. So that's why from the beginning there are so many economic thinkers, they are giving the ideas for our Indian economy. First one, the economic thinker is an Thiruvalluvar, as I told you about the wealth in the Thirukural, second part of Porutpal. And the factors of production, he says that unfailing harvest competition, body of men, group of men whose wealth known as no diminution are the components of the economy, especially in the Kural 61. So he says about the agriculture, and he says about the public finance, public expenditure, and so on. He is giving ideas. So when I teach, because we are going to study about the theories questions. So only when you follow the book, you can understand what I am teaching. And about the wealth, Valluvar has regarded wealth as a only means, not an end. He said, acquire of great fortune by noble and honorable means. He condemned hoarding and described hoarded wealth of profitless richness. To him, industry is a real wealth and labor is the greatest resource. So the Thiruvalluvar, he has given the idea about the economy. He says that industry is a real wealth and labor is a greatest resource. So it is about the Thiruvalluvar giving the ideas for our Indian economy. And second one, the Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi also has given the idea for the Indian economy. Gandhiji economy is based on ethical foundation. In 1921, Gandhi wrote, economics that hurts the moral well-being of an individual or nation is immoral and therefore sinful. Again, 1924, he repeated the same belief that economy is untrue, which ignores or disregards moral values. So, the salient features about the Gandhian ideas, first one, village republics. To Gandhi, India lives in villages. So, he has given more importance for the villages, because since our Indian economy is based on agriculture, 75% of the people depend on agriculture. Many of our Indian people know about only the agriculture, and also the natural resources also available in our country. India, agriculture is a backbone of our India. That's why he says that, and he gives more importance for the villages. He said that India lives in villages. He was interested in developing village as a self-sufficiency. He opposed extensive use of machinery, urbanization and industrialization, because if there is an urbanization, if there is an industrialization, there will be a problem for the employment. So that's why he against the machineries, he against the industrialization, he against the urbanization, because there will be an unemployment situations will be there if it happens. That's why he gives more importance for the labor. Especially he says that India lives in villages. And he said that about the machinery, Gandhiji described the machinery as a great sin. He said that books could be written to demonstrate its evils. It is necessary to realize that machinery as a boon we should look upon it is an evil, it would ultimately cease. So what he says that if we allow the machineries, or if there is an industrialization, so instead of the labor, the machine will be working in the industrial or in the agricultural work. So what will happen? There will be an unemployment opportunities will rise. That's why he against the industrialization, he against the machineries. And also the industrialism, Gandhiji considered industrialism as a curse on mankind. He thought industrialism depended entirely on a country's the capacity to exploit. So likewise, village Sarvodaya, he says that Gandhiji, real India was to be found in villages and not in the towns or in the cities. So he suggested the development self-sufficient, self-dependent only on the villages. So likewise, we go on say about the economics ideas by the Gandhiji. And he says about the population, Gandhiji opposed the method of population control through contraceptives. He was, however, in favor of birth control. Thou brahmacharya or self-control. He considered self-control as a surging remedy to the problem of overpopulation. So he says on the ideas about the population, he says that we should be in self-control. If we have a self-control, we can control over the population, he said that. So far we have discussed about the contribution of Indian economic thinkers by Thiruvalluvar and Mahatma Gandhi. And third one, the economics idea given by Jawaharlal Nehru. What the Jawaharlal Nehru has given the ideas. Jawaharlal Nehru is one of the chief builders of modern India, was the first Prime Minister of independent India, and he was there in the post till his death in 1964. He was a great patriot, thinker and statesman. His views on economics and social problems are found in innumerable speeches he made and in the books he wrote. And he said that democracy and secularism. What means democracy? In Tamil we say that Jananayaga Nadu. So it means that Jananayaga Nadu or the democracy, they have their own rights. The people, they have their own rights, especially in individual. So he believed that in free speech, civil liberty, adult franchise and rule of law of parliamentary democracy, and secularism is another signal contribution of Nehru to India. What is mean by secularism? In our country, there are many religions. So, which country consists many religions like our Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism. So, likewise, Sikhism. So many religions in our country. Even though in our Indian economy or in India, there are so many religions are there, but there is an secularism. It means secularism means equal respect for all religions. இப்போ நம்ம இந்தியாவில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பலவிதமான மதங்கள் ஜாதிகள் இருக்குது. இதில் வந்து நம்ம என்ன சொல்கிறாரு ஜவஹர்லால் நேரு என்ன சொல்கிறாருன்னா, தர் இஸ் அன் செக்குலரிசம். அப்போ நான் வந்து கிறிஸ்டியனு, நான் வந்து ஹிந்து, நான் வந்து புத்திஸ்ட்டு அல்லது ஹிந்துஸு அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு தனிப்பட்ட அந்த ஒரு குழு வந்து நம்ம இந்தியாவில் யாரும் வந்து ஆதிக்கம் பண்ணுறது கிடையாது. ஸோ தட்ஸ் வை the secularism means equal respect for all religions. இப்போ கிறிஸ்டியனுக்கு தான் முதலிடம், அல்லது புத்திசத்துக்கு தான் முதலிடம், அல்லது ஹிந்துஸுக்கு தான் முதலிடம், அல்லது இஸ்லாமுக்கு தான் முதலிடம் அப்படிங்கிற பாகுபாடு நம்மளுடைய இந்தியாவில் கிடையாது. நம்மளுடைய இந்தியாவில் ஜவஹர்லால் நேரு ஒரு ஐடியா என்ன சொல்கிறாரு, என்ன கன்சிஸ்ட் பண்ணி அதிகமாக சொல்கிறார் அப்படின்னா, எல்லா மதமும் சரி சமமானவை. இஸ் a equal respect for all religions. But every religions they have their own respect, their own religions, but not a particular religion as a monopoly power to control over the economy or particular country. So in India, secularism means equal respect for all religions. And the planning, the first 5-year plan from 1950 it is suggested, but the first 5-year plan is 1951 to 56, and Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister. He has given more important for the democracy and the secularism, and also he has given ideas and started about the planning. We know that we have the every 5-year plan. ஒவ்வொரு 5 ஆண்டு திட்டங்கள் நம்ம இந்தியாவில் இருக்குது, அதை நம்ம செயல்படுத்துகிறோம். அந்த 5 ஆண்டு திட்டத்தை முதல்ல ஆரம்பித்தவர் யார் அப்படின்னா ஜவஹர்லால் நேரு. இஸ் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிள் ஃபார் த இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் ஆஃப் planning in our country to Jawaharlal Nehru. The plan was essentially an integrated approach for the development, initiating the debate and the second plan in the Lok Sabha in the May 1956. Nehru spoke on the theme of planning. He said, the essence of planning is find the best way, utilize all the resources of manpower, of money and so on. So the planning for Nehru was essentially linked up with industrialization and eventual self-reliance for the countries and economic growth and self-accelerating growth and democratic socialism. And he put the country on the road towards a socialistic pattern of society, but Nehru's socialism is democratic socialism. So my dears, so we will be going on telling about the economics ideas by our economics thinkers, Thiruvalluvar first and second Jawaharlal Nehru. Now we have discussed about the Mahatma Gandhi, and next one we have discussed Thiruvalluvar, about Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru. Next one, Ambedkar. You know that the B.R. Ambedkar in 1891 and 1956 was a versatile personality. He was the architect of the Indian Constitution, a custodian of social justice and champion of socialism and state planning. Ambedkar's writing included ancient Indian commerce, and he was the professor, and the problem of rupee was accepted for the award of the DSc degree by the London School of Economics in 1923. It is a miracle for the RBI. The ideas given by the Ambedkar was conceptualized as per the guidelines presented by the Ambedkar in his book. So the main economic ideas of Ambedkar may be studied under 4 headings. First one, financial economics. He said that the Ambedkar during the abroad, mostly during the period 1913 to 1923, was in the field of financial economics, and Ambedkar has given the budget by the shared revenues in 1882-83 and 1922 and 1921. So there is an 4 headings has given the ideas about the Ambedkar. First one, financial economics. Second one, agricultural economics. He said that Ambedkar published a paper, a small holding in India, and there is some remedies. Citing Adam Smith Wealth of Nation, he made fine distinctions between consolidations of holdings and enlargement of holdings. So it means that agricultural economics, there are many people having more acres of the land. So in the last lesson we have discussed about the rent. There are the landlords. So they have the more lands. The holding of the lands, some of the people more. So under that people, many people are working as a tenant. So like agricultural economics he studied about, he has given about the ideas. And the economics of caste. Ambedkar believed that caste was an obstacle to social mobility. Definitely the religion and the caste, anything, if we give importance for any particular caste or if any particular religion, definitely they have the monopoly power, they will be demolish the economy. It will be an obstacle to the social mobility. So moreover, the caste system is caused social tensions. The caste system has resulted in the absence of social democracy in India, the distinction from political democracy. So likewise, so we are discussing about the economic thinkers given ideas about the Indian economy. And next, J.C. Kumarappa. What J.C. Kumarappa has given the ideas for the economic development. Joseph Selladurai Kumarappa, he was a Christian. And the Kumarappa, his full name is that Joseph Selladurai Kumarappa was born on 4th January in 1892 in Tanjavur, in Tamil Nadu. So, a pioneer of rural economic development theories, Kumarappa is credited for developing economic theories based on Gandhism. So, the Kumarappa followed the Gandhiji's ideas, and Gandhiji is an father for the Kumarappa because he followed the ideas about the Gandhiji ways. So, the J.C. Kumarappa strongly supported Gandhiji nations of village industries and promoted the Village Industries Association. Kumarappa worked in combined Christian and Gandhijan's value, thus trustship. So, we can go on saying about the Kumarappa worked as a professor of economics in Gujarat, Vijayabad, in Ahmedabad, while serving as the editor of Young India during the Salt Satyagraha. He founded the All India Villages Industries Association in 1935 and was imprisoned for more than a year during the Quit in India movement. So, Kumarappa worked for the Planning Commission. So, my dears, we can go on telling about the so many economics thinkers giving the ideas. Thiruvalluvar, Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, and J.C. Kumarappa, and B.R. Ambedkar, and next one, V.K.R.V. Rao. What he said about the economics ideas, the great trinity of pre-independence and post-independent Indian economics consisted. These scholars were imbibed with missionary zeal and analyzed the Indian economic problems with a view of designing and progressive economic policies. So, he said about the V.K. Rao, about the national income, food and nutrition and distribution of goods, and third one, employment and occupational distributions. So, national income methodology, international food aid, and support for the socialism by the V.R.K.V. Rao. And he was the village clusters. The last one, we are going to study about the Amartya Sen. So, there are so many thinkers has given the ideas for the economic development. We are discussing so many points. The last one, the Amartya Kumar Sen is a noble citizen, refers to sense the contribution to the social choice theory development. It was the capability of the development in 1988. He has given more important about the poverty and the famine. What is meant by famine? Tamil சொன்னா பஞ்சம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Poverty, வறுமை, பஞ்சம். இது ரெண்டும் ரொம்ப ஒழிச்சு கட்டணும் அப்படிங்கிறது இவருடைய யாரு Amartya Senனுடைய main ideas for the economic development. He said that several famines have been studied in the working for the general theoretical framework for the originate angle. He examined the various meanings of poverty and drew the attention to the incidence of absolute and relative depreciation. And he said poverty and inequality. And also in India, there is an whatever we say that there is an developing our economy. We are developing in so many sectors, but since there are the poverty and inequality still in our country still now. So, he has emphasized and he against the poverty and inequality and entitlement and choice of techniques. The conclusions of this class about the Indian economy. We are going to complete the 7th lesson about the Indian economy with so many economic thinkers giving ideas. With the conclusion, the lesson mainly focused on some of aspects of the Indian economy. We studied about the resources and we studied about the infrastructure facilitation in India and energy, and also discussed the principle of Indian economic thinkers in the class, the last lesson, the last class, to motivate the students to read good books on economics written by the great economists. So, my dears, with that I conclude in this session, and I have completed the 7th lesson about the Indian economy. Please read well. Only when you go on reading so many points with several economics thinkers, given ideas for the economic development and so many resources about India we have studied. Please go on reading and understand the subjects. Thank you. God bless you all.